How's it going, guys? My name's Eric. It's my 95 Cobra. I've owned the car now for about 10 years. It's got a 306 stroker motor in it, Vortec S trim Procharger, 60-pound injectors, 5-angle valve job, 4 roller rockers, BBK headers. What else did I do to this car? High flow fuel pump, 2-inch fuel lines, trick flow intake, upper and lower, ARP head studs. Top of my head, that's all I got right now. I bought this car in January when I was 25, so I'm 35 now. Yeah, 10 years.
When you got the car, was it pretty much bone stock?
Yeah, stock motor, stock clutch. This is not the original motor in the car. I had yanked the motor out, put this new one in, maybe 7 years ago.
How many miles have you put on the car since you bought it?
Maybe 20,000, if that.
20,000. So that's not much. That's 2,000 miles a year practically. So as Eric told us, he did a lot of performance mods to this car, and he's going to take us out on a drive at the very end of this video, so make sure you stick around for that. This car sounds absolutely amazing. You know, it's what a Mustang should sound like from the 90s. These cars didn't make a lot of power from the factory, and you know, even 04 Mustang GTs were making like 260 horsepower out of a 4.6 V8, and this car is making, what did you say?
401 to the rear wheels and 451 foot-pounds of torque to the wheels.
So this car has a lot more torque than it does horsepower. These engines weren't really known to rev out all that high, so you have to make all the power in that such a small of a rev band, and that's where the Procharger really comes into play and adds a lot of fun and power to this car. Wow. There is the Procharger. So what size is this one again? Is it just like a P1, pretty base model?
Yeah,
Procharger?
Yeah, from Vortec.
Because I know, like, I forgot exactly the model is the way it goes, but it goes from like P, or it's just like street, then it goes to like track use, and then it's like the F series or the FX series, I'm pretty sure. That's just like balls out like 4-figure power at the wheels. This is a 5.0 supercharged, got a full fuel system, got an intake, got everything in here. Got suspension, wheels, nice tires. The car sits really nicely. I think Eric did a really solid job on this car. Let's take a look at the interior real quick. So the interior is basically all original OEM. Honestly, that's the way to do it in this car. Perfect street car. You got OEM steering wheel. What, you got a short shifter in here?
Yeah.
You got a short shifter. That's really all you need. Upgraded clutch, obviously, to handle all the extra torque. But he's got the original seats. There's no rips, no tears, nothing like that. Obviously, it's a little dirty right now, but that can be cleaned up. So Eric, I know you owned a lot of cars in your lifetime, and you just recently bought your first Japanese enthusiast car, the Mark III Supra.
Yeah.
How many American cars, like enthusiast cars, do you think you've actually owned to date?
So we're in the 10 to 15 range.
10 to 15. So that's including this. So you've had Camaros, you've had Mustangs. What else you got? I know you got trucks.
60 C10 pickup. Did I have a Corvette at one time? Pretty sure I had a Vet at one time.
Yeah, so he's got so many cars he doesn't even remember what he has anymore. It's a pretty crazy thing to say, right? So I've had 60 cars or 61 cars in my lifetime. I think he's had more than me, if including, you know, all the cars that he's bought and sold over the years. But what are you, 200 you said?
Something like that.
Something like that. That's insane. 200 cars. He's also got like almost 10 years of experience more than I do. So I got a lot of catching up to do to get to Eric's levels. But this car is sweet. I want to thank him again for being on this on such a cold day. So Eric, you got any word of advice to other owners, enthusiast car owners, or people who want to flip cars in general?
Do your research and have fun with it. That's the name of the game with these cars. You know, I'd rather do this and go out and drink and do drugs. Like this is my drug at the end of the day.
Yep, that's exactly what I told Ben in the other video. You know, definitely do your networking when it comes to cars. You make a lot of friends with this hobby. Ask a lot of questions, get the network. So, and obviously, yeah, do your research. you know, get to know the car market if you want to actually get into, you know, buying and selling cars like Erich and I do. You know, research is number one. If you have resources like Manheim or other evaluation tools, you could definitely use that. And if you actually want to flip a car and you want to know what like wholesale values are, shoot me a DM, because I have a Manheim account and I can look up, you know, recent wholesale transactions. I can see what cars are selling for at auction, and you can also research what other cars are for sale that are not publicly listed on like cars.com. So definitely hit me up. I can help you out with that. All right, guys, we are going for a test drive now in the Cobra. So she's all warmed up. Erich's driving. Let's get ready to go.
Let's rock and roll.
So we already saw that this car is an absolute monster. Exhaust sounds great. Procharger sounds great. We're gonna take it for a spin, see how it sounds from the inside.
Go left?
Yep, left.
Down there.
One car coming here, but you're good. Upgrade?
Yeah.
Yeah, was it the Big Red it's called, I think?
Something like that, yeah.
Procharger. It's like a big blow valve that's like extremely loud that you put on the centrifugal superchargers. And I think it's called Big Red. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when I had my Mustang and I wanted to procharge it, that was like the absolute necessity to get, just to make it loud and obnoxious. But when you let off the throttle, it sounds insane. Like the blow valve just lasts for like 10 seconds. It's crazy. It's so loud. It's like a huge push. That's why I would always pick the centrifugal supercharger over the twin screws, just because you have the benefits of procharger of getting boost like pretty linear and down at the bottom. And you also get a lot of power up top with those, but you get the noises and the sounds and everything from like a turbocharger. So personally, I like driving those better than twin screws. These twin screws are just instant torque, but you get that awesome whine. I think it makes more sense on the all-wheel drive cars like my brother's S4 to have a twin screw, because you're able to put that traction down no matter how much torque you have down low and immediate. But it's just me, but maybe on like the C7 Z06 that I had, it was so scary to just hit that torque with all that power on like cold tires and all that. So you really need an awesome tire for stuff like that when you have that much torque down low. But I think the way Erich has it set up is perfect, because you have the torque from the V8, but you don't have so much that it's always just breaking traction as soon as you hit the gas. So with this, you get some more power up top from that procharger. That thing's fun.
This car's got the rear suspension and like it's like an actual shock. When it bounces, it's dipping trying to grab traction. So you don't get like a wheel hop.
Alright guys, that concludes the test drive of the Mustang. This thing is a lot of fun. Hopefully I get to drive it one day. But thank you, Eric, so much for being on the video.
Of course.
Once the springtime rolls around, when he has some more upgrades done, I think he's doing that blow valve upgrade, so we'll get him on another episode once we come across some nicer weather. We'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you.